Hello, Psych 157. I'm Jennifer, and this is my Brain Regions puppet show. The scenario I will be depicting in my Brain Regions puppet show is a time when I was in an interview and my mind went completely blank and I didn't know what to say. The brain regions I chose to star in my Brain Regions puppet show are the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for executive functions such as planning, logical decision-making, self-monitoring, focusing attention, organizing thoughts, and controlling intense emotions. It functions to help a person execute complex behaviors, achieve long-term goals, and is involved in memory. The amygdala, located in the limbic system, is responsible for detecting threats in the environment, activating a flight, fight, or freeze response in the hypothalamus, and for producing feelings such as fear, anxiety, or anger. In my scenario of the interview, my prefrontal cortex was responsible for planning my interview responses, aiding me in the long-term goal of getting hired for a job, reminding me of what to say for the interview, practicing what to say for the interview, and controlling my emotions of fear and anxiety during the interview. My amygdala in this scenario was responsible for producing my feelings of fear and anxiety, making me tense up and making my mind go blank. The brain region that was most responsible for the outcome of this scenario was my prefrontal cortex, especially in helping me calm my feelings of fear and anxiety, and helping me know what to say for the rest of the interview. The character I decided to cast for my prefrontal cortex is Remy from Ratatouille. And the character I casted for my amygdala is Courage the Cowardly Dog. I chose Remy as the prefrontal cortex because he is determined and a leader. In the movie Ratatouille, he is the driver of Linguini and is responsible for the oversight and guidance of his actions. He is also a chef, which is a leadership role, responsible for the preparation, management, and supervision of the kitchen, just as the prefrontal cortex manages the rest of the brain, and also the emotions. Also similar to how my prefrontal cortex prepared and reminded me what to say for the interview. I chose Courage as the amygdala because he's known for sensing danger.
I just know something bad is going to happen.
And always being fearful. He also alerts his owners when there is something dangerous approaching. This is similar to how the amygdala detects threats, produces fear, and alerts the hypothalamus. January 7th, 2021, I had an interview for a position at Ralph's. The week just before the interview, I made a document filled with common questions asked in an interview and answered them on the document so that I can practice my responses over and over and arrive to the interview confident and prepared. I did this because I'm a shy person and I'm better at writing than I am at talking. On the day of the interview, I felt great because I looked good and I felt optimistic. Right before the interview, I had to sit in a break room for over 20 minutes and I started feeling uncomfortable and grew impatient.
"20 minutes later." A few minutes later.
After the interviewer walked me to her office, we asked about each other's day as she sat down in her desk. Then she asked me the first question to the interview. The first question to any interview, really.
Tell me about yourself.
Courage was freaking out and started crying like crazy. Remy immediately got distracted and froze up, leaving me with nothing to say to the interviewer. After I spoke my first sentence, my mind went completely blank and nothing came out of my mouth. Even though I practiced the answer to that question so many times, I didn't know what else to say other than,
"Sorry, I'm a little nervous."
I didn't really mean to say that. I didn't even know I was nervous. But I needed to say something. Courage was still crying, so Remy had to pause the interview to go and calm down Courage to make him stop whining. He told him,
"It's okay, there's nothing dangerous happening. I'm just trying to help Jennifer land this job. You're making me nervous for no reason. Now, just relax and let me focus on the interview right now."
Courage was comforted knowing that there was nothing dangerous happening to me, but he felt bad for interrupting the interview.
I'm sorry.
Then Remy shifted his focus on the interview and reminded me what to say next. After that, I felt a little bit calmer and I knew what to say for the rest of the interview. I was able to respond confidently to the rest of the questions and remember my experiences. Unfortunately, I did not get hired in the end. Thanks, Courage.